prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really?
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, now that was a big take. And of course, he's fought both of them.
Yeah, he would know.
So that was a big take. But
Not
yeah,
really.
I
he
think
lost to
so.
both of them.
Not for people who watch boxing. No, that's not. No.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we sent that Terence Crawford some love, because he also talked a lot that night about how people underestimated him and thought, because people didn't really. He doesn't have the biggest star power, that he wasn't going to win the fight, and he definitely took that home. So congratulations to him. Now
Did he have the what?
He doesn't have like the biggest star power.
Oh no.
Yeah, like people were He was saying that people were underestimating him because of that.
Better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
His basics are solid. His fundamentals are solid. He's strong. He's physical. He's moved up and become, solid at a heavier weight than when he started in his career. He's grown into. He's got great experience.
Floyd Mayweather may be considered one of the greatest defensive boxers of all time, but whispers around the boxing world suggest that stepping into the ring with Terence Crawford could be a disastrous move. Experts are warning that Mayweather, now long retired and past his prime, would be putting his legacy and health at serious risk against a pound-for-pound king like Crawford, who is known for his brutal combinations, sharp timing, and uncanny ability to adjust to any opponent. Crawford represents a dangerous challenge that many believe Mayweather should avoid at all costs.
Terence Crawford on Saturday has not only become the pound-for-pound #1 fighter, I honestly believe that he surpasses now Floyd Mayweather as the best fighter of this generation. That's what I believe.
If that was the goal by Floyd, to be undisputed, then he would have chased undisputed. He chased champions until he became the money draw.
Do you know that Floyd never unified any of the divisions he fought in?
Because he never had to. He was a draw. He just didn't have to. He done the hard work in getting there.
Terence Crawford started out his boxing career as a lightweight, and now he's gone up to super middleweight and become the undisputed super middleweight champion, beating a guy like Canelo, who, listen, previously, man, he was like wreaking havoc through that division. And Terence Crawford's just gone out there and taken the belt off him with, let's be honest, relative ease.
Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Terence Crawford has not only become the pound-for-pound #1 fighter, many now believe he has surpassed Floyd Mayweather as the best fighter of this generation. While Mayweather chased money and protected his perfect record, Crawford has consistently sought to prove his dominance, moving up in weight and becoming undisputed in multiple divisions. His recent dismantling of Canelo Alvarez, a fighter Mayweather also defeated, has only fueled the debate. Crawford's journey from lightweight to super middleweight champion is a testament to his greatness, a feat that even Mayweather never attempted.
Distance, but Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Zab Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
No.
Exactly.
And
Max,
Zab wasn't quite a Shane level fighter. That's true. Listen, it'd be a great match.
and the legends are starting to agree. Sugar Shane Mosley made waves by suggesting that Crawford might actually have the edge over Mayweather. He pointed to Crawford's power, versatility, and ability to switch stances, arguing that those skills would give him unpredictable angles and dangerous offensive options that could trouble even a defensive master like Mayweather. Tim Bradley, another former world champion, was even more direct, stating publicly that he believes Crawford would beat a prime Floyd Mayweather, emphasizing his intelligence, versatility, and punching power.
Look, when I was in the ring with him, even though towards after the 1-2 rounds, I started getting my rhythm, but I have to say, put on the best fights I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fights like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points, and obviously might have got caught with a good shot and got knocked out, or whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always, look, I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing, and just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather, I think Crawford would beat a lot of them, maybe all of them. Even like, and the only fight I would say for him would be a good fight technically would be someone like Mayweather. But I really think he would beat Mayweather as well.
Amir Khan, who has been in the ring with both men, added his own powerful endorsement. He described Crawford as one of the best fighters he's ever faced, praising his incredible timing and technical brilliance. If he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather, I think Crawford would beat a lot of them, maybe all of them, Khan declared. He believes Crawford's unique mix of offense, ring IQ, and adaptability would be too much for even a prime Mayweather to handle.
I feel that Crawford is going to nick it. I think if he does nick it, it does kind of have to be a stinker. He has to move and use his feet. I think Canelo's feet aren't what they once were, but certainly he's a stronger man in the fight. I think we're going to see a very close one, possibly even a draw, but if you put a gun to my head, I would say Crawford in a close points decision.
You talk a bit about the fight maybe not catching fire in the way some are expecting. If Terence Crawford is to win the fight, does it have to be that sort of fight? And leading from that, can he hurt Canelo Alvarez?
I don't think so. I mean, look at the shots guys like Golovkin bounced off Canelo's head. It's almost like he's unhurtable. We seen him hurt by Miguel Cotto's brother a number of years ago, but that was it really, and he was a young boy. So I think that I don't expect to see Terence hurting or being able to hurt Canelo, but there's a way he can win the fight, and that is by outboxing him.
If Terence Crawford does win, as you're predicting, does he rival Alexander Usyk for that number 1 pound-for-pound spot?
I mean, you have to start. I've never really thought about it, but that's a good question, and he'd certainly be in yeah.
And it's not just fighters. Carl Frampton, a former 2-division world champion, expressed a belief that Crawford's showing against Canelo has shifted how he views him relative to Mayweather. He argues that Crawford's dominance over Canelo, the way he controlled the fight, inflicted damage, and dictated the pace, is proof that he has reached a level that could challenge Mayweather at his very best. Even Shakur Stevenson, one of the brightest young stars in the sport, believes that a convincing win over Canelo would put Crawford in the greatest of all time conversation right alongside Floyd. If you believe a prime Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather, hit that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
If Bud beats Canelo convincingly, right, would you put him above Floyd, an all-time great?
See, I ain't
Give me a solid answer. Come on, Shakur. Don't dance around that, bro.
I can't get into that because at the end of the day, it's like.
But that's just an opinion.
It's opinionated.
Right,
Regardless,
I want your
it's
opinion.
opinionated. My opinion on it, I think Bud is the greatest of all time after doing this.
Okay.
But.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Floyd is the greatest of all time in my eyes, too. Like, the shit I don't watch with him is like, he's one of my favorite fighters. So,
I know.
50-50.
Of course, Crawford has pushed back against the constant comparisons, making it clear that he sees their careers as distinct. Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era, Crawford stated. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me. He's focused on his own journey, refining his craft and proving himself in the ring against top-level competition.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Meanwhile, many boxing experts have raised sharp criticism of Floyd Mayweather's recent run of exhibition fights, arguing that they undermine both his legacy and the integrity of the sport. The main complaint is that these exhibitions are mismatches, pitting Mayweather against non-elite fighters, influencers, or YouTubers. Critics like Oscar De La Hoya have called them embarrassing and a mockery of boxing. Eddie Hearn called one of Mayweather's exhibitions absolutely horrendous, saying such events hurt the sport's reputation.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
And then there's Stephen A. Smith, who confronted Mayweather directly, questioning whether he valued his wealth over his legacy. He argued that when you are as great as Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. He compared it to LeBron James, saying you'd never see him playing against just anybody because it would be a waste of his time. These criticisms highlight a growing sentiment that Mayweather's post-retirement choices are tarnishing the legacy he worked so hard to build.
I want to say, but I won't say it. But other than Leonard Ellerby is a boxing man. He knows deep down that was absolutely horrendous. And the other thing is as well, when you've got a guy in the environment that we're living at the moment, right, after a tough year for a lot of people, to come out at the press conference and just basically laugh at people and say, I just took your money. It was a bank job. It was a heist. It was like I conned you into, I mean, those pay-per-views in America, I think they were like $60. I mean, he basically just took the piss out of the fans. But I don't blame him. He made an absolute fortune. Good luck to him. I'm not having a go at Floyd Mayweather. I'm just a fan who's allowed to give my opinion. Absolutely dreadful. Even Floyd Mayweather was embarrassed at a press conference after. He basically said, I'm not doing that again. The biggest winner was Logan Paul. I mean, he's just gone 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And actually, at times...
Did you think he got knocked out and held up?
No, I think at times Floyd Mayweather was actually really trying. But anyway, it was what it was. But it all comes back to the pressure is on us. Not us as in me and Matchroom, but it is on boxing. If we don't make good fights, you're going to see more and more of this. Because if Gervonta Davis against Mara Barros is doing 100,000 buys, and Andy Ruiz against Areola is doing 80,000 buys or 100,000 buys, and you've got that doing 1 million, what are the broadcasters going to want? That. We have to save boxing. We, not just me, all of us. And the fighters have got to step up. The managers have got to step up. The trainers have got to step up. We've got to pay the money for these guys to have real fights. And that's what you'll see at Fight Camp.
Which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see just anybody on the basketball court playing against LeBron James. He won't do it. He doesn't have to. It's a waste of his time. You might see footages of Dwayne Wade training his son. You don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody. He's not doing it.
Mayweather, however, has pushed back strongly against his critics, defending the exhibitions as a legitimate way to remain active and reap financial rewards on his own terms. He argues that retirement shouldn't mean total withdrawal, but rather the ability to live life as you see fit. He frames these events as a way to give fans a chance to see him perform, even if not in officially recorded fights. They're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40, 50, and 60 million outside the ring, Mayweather said. You can't get mad. This is what God wanted.
Bye. You buy, pick up a couple dollars. You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I was smart. Kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart and Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, you know, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
But as the debate rages on, the warnings from boxing experts remain. Floyd Mayweather may be a living legend, but taking on a prime, hungry killer like Terence Crawford would be a dangerous gamble. Promoters like Bob Arum now believe Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather. And unless Floyd can turn back the clock and return in his absolute best form, many experts feel that taking on Crawford would present far more downside than glory. The safer path may be to let Crawford lead the new era, rather than stepping into a fight where his own legendary legacy is on the line. What do you think? Does Crawford have what it takes to surpass Mayweather, or is money still untouchable? Let us know in the comments below.